As Fred says, the Hornets move on without their franchise star. They do have a commitment from the NBA to work to keep the team in New Orleans, but surviving here is no slam dunk. There's a search for an owner, keeping fan support, even securing a deal for the Hive. The Hornets challenged with restructuring a team without their franchise star.
They'll probably experience the season much like they did the third season, where they won only, I believe, 18 games or 20 games.
The beloved CP3 swapped for three others: Clippers guard Eric Gordon, center Chris Kaman, and forward Al-Farouq Aminu. Sports attorney Doug Sunseri says the trade decision brings stability.
You can't get an owner when there's uncertainty. You couldn't get an owner before the lockout just because they didn't know how long the lockout, well, first of all, whether it would occur.
We're looking solely for ownership that wants to keep the team in New Orleans. We're dealing with what we expect will be record season tickets, record sponsorship, increased cable revenue.
With 10,000 season tickets sold, NBA Commissioner David Stern gives the trade and New Orleans his blessing.
One of the reasons why the commissioner had nixed the Lakers trade is because they had some good players coming in, but they were on the downside of their career.
Now the search for someone to take over the reins.
And I've thrown my hat into the ring, and I've let the NBA and other prospective owners know that I would be interested in acquiring a minority interest in the team.
Attorney Morris Bart says he's in, but not alone.
The pool of local owners are very, very limited, and Gary Schwest is obviously the best hope for a local owner.
With the question of who will buy the team from the NBA unresolved, there's also the question of the Hornets' lease in the New Orleans arena.
They play in a small market. They're challenged by that. They have limited revenues that can be generated, so we're trying to figure out creative ways that we can help them generate more incremental dollars above what they have today.
We need the certain approvals that cannot be given or made until probably March or April. So we expect to move negotiations along and hopefully have an agreement in principle, or actually an agreement in fact, subject to a couple of things like those approvals in early 2012.
So a changing of the guard, securing a greenhouse, and encouraging fans to stick around for the ride is ahead for the Hornets. Commissioner David Stern sees gold and blue skies.
I think there are many reasons for a buyer to look favorably upon New Orleans.
Well, Stern says we could see a new owner in place by the spring. He says he's been in talks with some ownership groups already.